everyone, Lickety Split here. Today we're working on a figure from the Maggotkin of Nurgle for Warhammer Age of Sigmar, Sloppity Bilepiper. We're going to start out with Sloppity by doing his skin. And the color we're going to start out with for that is Plaguebearer Flesh. You just want to spread it on there, try to avoid some of the areas like the guts or any obvious open sores or sinew areas, exposed muscle like here, and just spread it around. Trying not to get it to pool. Just keep moving your brush and spreading it out. You want to make sure you don't have too much on the brush like that, and kind of use the tip and slowly spread it out. All right, I'm going to finish this part up and be right back. All right, with all that Plaguebearer Flesh applied, we're going to move on to our next color on a little Sloppity here, and the next color is going to be Mortarion Grime, and we're going to use this over the top of all the flesh, where we just put all that Plaguebearer Flesh. So to help smooth it out, it will also help catch the little spots you might have missed, and it'll add a little bit more depth. So just take your time, no rush, go through and get it done. All right, I'm going to finish this up and be right back. Okay, now that that's done, we're going to move on to our next color. And the next color on Sloppity is going to be some Deepkin Flesh. And we are going to use this to highlight all of his flesh. So just go over it nice and easy, not too much, because you don't want to get into the details. You just want to catch the higher parts, so you can get some nice depth to your figure. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up and be right back. All right, with that step done, we're going to move on to the next one. The next one is going to be to apply some Magos Purple. And what we're going to do with the Magos Purple is we're going to be coloring in some of the boils. Not all of the boils, roughly half of them, and we want to space them out if at all possible. And we know sometimes it just may not be possible, because we're going to be doing the other ones with a different color. All right, I'm going to finish this up and be right back. Now that we've got that done, we're going to move on to our next step. Our next step is we're going to be applying some Wraithbone to kind of clean things up. And we're also going to be applying it to the boils, the other half of the boils we haven't done yet, because we're going to be doing it in a color that may not stand out that great from our skin color. So we're just putting in a little bit of effort to do this. Okay, I'm going to finish up, be right back. Okay then, on to our next color. Our next color is going to be some Nazdreg Yellow. And we're going to go ahead and put that on the boils that we didn't color in with Magos Purple. Now this includes the ones we did touch up with some Wraithbones and some of the ones we didn't. So it's just the Wraithbone helps it pop a little more, but we don't have to have it on there to go through and do it. All right, I'm going to finish this up and I'll be back. Okay, real quick add-on is we're going to be adding a little bit of Wraithbone to the eye, because I'm going to be going in there and hitting with a little Nazdreg Yellow, and I want it to pop a little more. I'm not going to show that step, but as you can see, I'm going to go through and do the eyes for the puppet and the Nurgling, and of course Sloppity, and then I'll hit it with Nazdreg Yellow, and that way you'll know how it's done, but I won't show it later. Thanks. Okay, now that step's done, we're going to move on to the next one. We're going to do the guts, and the first color we're going to use is going to be some Shyish Purple. And we'll go ahead and just kind of get it in there, make sure we're working it into little nooks and crannies. Just get it around there. And I'll finish this up and be right back. All right, next we'll be working on good old Sloppity's wand here, and we're going to use a mixture of 1:1, 1 part Garragax Sewer to 1 part Creed Camo. Kind of gives that moldy wood look, which I use on all my Nurgle wood, all my rotten type wood. All right, I'll go ahead and finish this up and be right back. Okay. And then move on to our next step, and our next step is going to be just use some Skeleton Horde, and we're going to be painting not all of the pipes, or the old Sloppity here, but only half of them. We'll be coming back and doing the other half in a different color later, just to kind of give it some variety. All right, I'll finish this up and be right back. Now on the next step, color we're going to be using some Drakenhof Nightshade, and we're going to be doing this on the other parts, or the other 2 pipes from Sloppity's bagpipe here. Just get it in on there. And I'll go ahead and finish this up and be right back. And now we'll move on to our next color. Our next color is going to be some Cadian Fleshtone. What we're going to be doing is using this to highlight the Shyish Purple that you did for Sloppity's guts. Just kind of get in there, bring out the higher parts. Don't have to do too much. There's not much there. And that's it. We'll be back. Now on to the next color. Next color is going to be some Fenrisian Grey. We're going to very lightly go over there. We just dry brush with Cadian Fleshtone just to bring out even the really higher edges of it. Not very much. And that should just about do it. All right, I'll be back with the next color. All right, on to our next color, an old Sloppity here, and we're going to be using some Darkoath Flesh. And we're going to be painting this on the bottom half of Sloppity's bagpipes. There's the bag here. Ooh. It's right in here. Tip. All right. And we will be right back with the next step. On to our next color. Our next color is going to be some Carroberg Crimson, and we're going to use this for the top half of Sloppity's bagpipe. Just going to work it in here, be nice and methodical. No rush. It's not a race. Try to be as neat as you can, otherwise you got more touch-up work to do later. And there you have it. I'll be back. On to the next color, and the next color is going to be some Aggaros Dunes. And what we're going to be doing is painting in this little horn Sloppity's got on his butt, on his belt, or whatever it is. This one's tied here. All right, and I'll finish this up and be right back. The next color we're going to be using is some Skeleton Horde. And we're going to be painting this onto this Plaguebearer skull that he's got tied to his belt. So take your time, do it nice and smooth, and you get it done. All right, I'll be right back. Okay, some more Skeleton Horde we're going to be using. It's going to be on this paper back here. Oh, Jesus. Whoop. That came off. Alright. Got Sloppity back on there. Just finish up the paper. Should be here. That would be the extent of it. On the next color. Next color is going to be some Black Legion. We're going to use this for a couple places. We're going to use it for the hood on the staff, and we're also going to use it for the black leather straps that Sloppity's got. As a base color for him. A little more. And we'll start on here. And like this little detail, this little maggot that you see here, this is one of the reasons why you should always basically just sit there, and sometimes you need to look at the figure before you paint it, and just spend some time getting familiarized with the nooks and crannies and pick out things like that, because sometimes the little things like that will make a lot of difference in how the figure looks once it's done. All right, I'll get done with this and be right back. Our next color is going to be some Flesh Terrors Red, and we're going to use this on Sloppity's hood. Just working on it nice and easy, using the tip. All right, I'm going to finish this up and we'll be right back. Okay, on the next color is going to be some Kroxigor Scales. We're going to paint this on the tongues. First we'll start off on the tongues and the tongue of the Nurgling. Just get it on there. So, and then we'll go up to Sloppity. Get in there. Okay. And then we're going to get it out towards the edge. And while it's still wet, we're going to wash the brush, touch off the water. We're going to grab some Luxian Purple. And we're going to go with a tip. And bring this in. Tip, bring it in. Tip, bring it in. Touch this off a little much. It's pulling up here as you can see, so we'll pull some off and then pull it back towards the tip. And then we'll have a nice transition from the main part of his tongue to the tip. And we'll go ahead and take a little Luxian Purple and we'll just put it right on the tip. So we have a nice transition between the colors. Okay, on to the next color, and I'll be back. Moving on to the next color. Next color is going to be some Shyish Purple. And we're going to use this for the little bag up here. Sloppity's little wand. Gestures wand or whatever it is. This thing up here. Alright. On to the next color. Okay, on to the next color. Next color is going to be some Balthasar Gold. And we're going to use this to paint in some more metallics, mainly our bells. Just spend your time, take your time, don't worry about it. Get it in there. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up and be right back. Go on to our next color. Next color is going to be some Cadian Yellow. And I'm going to use this for like the strands here, wraps. Use it for around his wrist here. And I'll use it for these little ties on his little hood, on his little wand. Alright, I'll finish these up and be back. Okay, now on to the next color. Next color is going to be some more Flesh Terror Red. We're going to use this on the straps on half of Sloppity's pipe. The straps connecting the actual pipes. So it's going to be this. I'm going to do this group one color, and then over here we'll do it another color. And I'll finish this one up in some Flesh Terror Red, and we'll be back. Okay, now on our next color. Next color is going to be some Cadian Yellow. And we're going to go ahead and paint the other straps connecting the other set of bagpipes for Sloppity. Alright. I'm going to finish this up and be back. Alright everyone, now we're on to our next color. Our next color is going to be some Pallid Wych Flesh. What we're going to do is we're going to put a little bit of this, little dot, onto all the boils, both colors, the ones we did in both Magos Purple and Nazdreg Yellow. And we'll just be putting just a dot on them. Like that. Nothing more. Kind of makes it look like they're about ready to burst. Such a simple step actually makes quite a difference in the appearance. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and finish it up and be right back. Okay, on the next step. Next step is going to be using some Flayed One Flesh. And we're going to be using this on the lower half of Sloppity's bagpipe that we had painted in Darkoath Flesh before. So we're just going to be dry brushing a little bit to get the highlights out. Just to build up the high areas. Give some nice definition and depth to everything. I'm going to finish it up and be right back. We'll move on to our next color. Our next color is going to be some Cadian Fleshtone. And we're going to use this to highlight the part of Sloppity's bagpipes that we had painted in Carroberg Crimson earlier. So just
Get in there and just be careful and slowly lightly build it up. And there you go. Okay, our next color is going to be some Ironrach Skin. We're going to use this to highlight the wooden part of Sloppity's wand. Just kind of a little bit more on there. Kind of edge it. There you go. Too much. Alright. I'll finish this up and be right back. Now on to our next color. Next color is going to be some mixture. It's going to be a 2-part contrast to 1 part wildwood. We're going to go ahead and paint this on here. And just do it on one side at a time. Wash the brush. Touch off the water. And we'll go ahead and blend it in. Okay, we'll go to the other side. Put it on there. Okay, we'll wash the brush. Touch off the water. And kind of blend it in. Pull it back a little bit maybe. So it kind of transitions on that one. That'll do it. Now we'll move on to our next color. Next color is going to be some Aggaros Earthshade. And we're going to put that wherever we put the flesh tear is red. Which one part will be part of the straps, tying the stacks together in the bagpipe. And the other part will be this hood here. So I'm going to go ahead and do that and be right back. Okay, on to our next color. And our next color is going to be some good old trusty Nuln Oil. And we are going to put this wherever we put our Black Legion. This helps make a really, really nice black. Really just gives a nice rich color. So get a little touch up doing there. It'll smooth it out. Alright, I'll finish this up and be back. Okay, one thing I forgot to mention as far as the Aggaros Earthshade goes is that we are also applying it to every place we had the Balthasar gold before, which would be any of the bells. Like so, or these little ornamentations on this little Joker's head, or this buckle as well. Alright, I'll finish it up, be back. Okay, your next color is going to be some Aggaros Earthshade. And we're going to use this on the little Nurgling, kind of go towards more of the shadow areas, the deep areas. Just add some more definition to them. Okay, I will go ahead and finish this up and be back. On to our next color. Our next color is going to be some Flashgitz Yellow. And we're going to highlight any place where we had the Yandin Yellow earlier. Here, sloppy wristband, I'm going to go ahead and finish this up. Now on to our next color, and the next color is going to be some Evil Sun Scarlet. And we're going to do this wherever we put in the flesh chair is red. I'm just going to go along, slowly build it up. Just being careful not to get it over onto other parts. Alright, I'm going to finish this up and be back. Alright, now we're doing our next color. Our next color is going to be some Volupus Pink. And this Volupus Pink, we're going to go right here. We're going to do the tongue in the mouth here. Some Volupus Pink. And that's it. I'm moving back. Okay, on to the next color. The next color is going to be some Screaming Skull. With the Screaming Skull, we're going to be going after Sloppity's teeth. So as you're picking out each one, slowly but surely. Take your time, because this step can make a real big difference. You're right. Okay, I'm going to go ahead and finish up the rest of the figure and be back. The next color is going to be some Deepkin Flesh. And we're going to use this to highlight Sloppity's claws. Oopsie. Just gonna edge highlight them a little bit. Okay, I'm going to go and finish this up. Whoopsie. And we'll be right back. Okay, now we're going to move on to the secret sauce. Secret sauce is a light, dry brush of Screaming Skull over everything. And you may ask yourself, Sloppity, how can you put it over everything? Well, if you watch any of my other videos, you'll notice that there are times where I use this because Screaming Skull is a good neutral highlight for every color that I'm aware of, including metallics. So you can do it as a last step to kind of add just a little bit more definition and depth to your figure. Don't overdo it. But it's a real good one to put on. And for a simple step, can make quite the difference. I'm going to finish this up and be back. Okay. Next step, we're going to take some Sycorax bronze and we're going to hit all of the metallic portions that we painted in Balthasar Gold with the Aggaros Earth shade on it. So that's all the bells, all the little adornments here, these little anklets. And I'll do it. Be back. All right, well now we're all done with good old Sloppity. He's looking quite disgusting, but you say so myself. Thank you very much for watching. I really appreciate it. If you'd like and subscribe, that would really help me out. I try to concentrate on techniques
that give you your most bang for your buck. It may not win you a golden demon, but it'll look good and it'll get you on the tabletop. Lickety split. Thanks again. See you in the next one.